Hello everyone. I welcome all of you once again to my online biology classes. Today we are going to start with our third lecture on the chapter Human Health and Disease. So let's start with our class. In this lecture we shall discuss about a very essential property of our body named as immunity. So immunity refers to a term which helps to protect our body against the different types of microorganisms. That is, it provides the ability to our body in order to fight against the different types of microorganisms and diseases. Okay, so let us see what is the definition of immunity. So the immunity is defined as the overall capability of our body to fight against the different types of diseases and the disease causing microorganisms with the help of immune system of our body. So it is nothing but a term which refers to the overall ability of our body to fight against the different types of foreign pathogens and the harmful diseases. Okay, and it does so with the help of the immune system of our body. So what is immune system? It is in turn defined as a complex network of the different types of cells, tissues, organs and their products which help the body to fight against the different types of harmful diseases. So immune system basically is nothing but a system of our body which consists of different types of cells termed as immune cells, okay, specialized immune tissues, organs and their secretions which help our body to fight against and protect our body against the different types of harmful pathogens and infections. So all in all, what is immunity? Just try to remember this. Immunity is the ability of our body to fight against the different types of diseases, and the immune system is the system which is present in our body which helps us to provide immunity against the different types of diseases. Clear? Next, we will have a look at the different types of immunity. So, broadly, immunity can be divided into two types. The first one is innate immunity, the second one is acquired immunity. So, the innate immunity is also termed as natural immunity, while the acquired immunity is also termed as adaptive immunity. Now, why the innate immunity is also termed as natural immunity? Because it is present in the body naturally right from the birth, and so it is also termed as natural immunity. Clear? While acquired immunity or adaptive immunity is that type of immunity which is acquired by the individual during his lifespan, okay, and it helps him to adapt to the different types of uh, infections or the pathogens, and so it is termed as acquired or adaptive immunity. So let us have a look at the two important types of immunity. First of all, we will discuss about the innate immunity. So the type of immunity which occurs or which is present in the individual right from his or her birth is termed as innate immunity. And as it is present naturally in the body right from our birth, so it is also termed as natural immunity. Clear? And you have to remember one thing, it is the first line of defense of the host body. That is, if any type of microorganisms or foreign pathogens attack our body, then the first type of defense which our body would produce against that type of microorganism will be the innate immunity, and so it is termed as the first hand or first line of defense of the host body against any type of foreign pathogens. Clear? Now let us study about the essential properties of the innate immunity. The first one is it is a non-specific type of defense. That means it is not specific to any type of or a particular type of pathogen. That means any type of pathogen if is encountered by our body, then innate immunity is the first hand defense which is uh, provided against that particular uh, microorganism, irrespective of its nature, size, shape, and structure. Okay, that is, it is not specific, rather it is a non-specific type of defense which can protect our body against the diverse array of the microorganisms present in the entire world. Clear? Next, it consists of various types of obstructions or barriers which in turn prevent the entry of microorganisms into the body. So innate immunity provides different types of barriers which prevents the entry of different types of harmful pathogens into our body, and even if a particular type of pathogen enters our body, then also different types of cellular or chemical barriers are present within the innate immunity which help to ward off or kill those types of microorganisms as the first line of defense of our body. Clear? Next, it does not involve the production of memory cells. So um, innate immunity actually does not involve the production of cells which contain or which have memory regarding the different types of harmful pathogens entering our body. That means it does not involve the production of the memory cells. Clear? Now let's discuss the different types of barriers of the innate immunity. So basically, in our body, there are four main types of barriers under the innate immunity. The first one is the physical barriers. So these are those barriers which uh, prevents the entry of microorganisms into our body physically. Okay. For example, skin of our body is the main barrier which prevents the entry of microorganisms and the different harmful pathogens inside our body, and so it acts as the physical barrier. Also, the epithelial lining of the different types of tracts like respiratory tract, then urinogenital tracts, gastrointestinal tracts, etc., present in our body helps in trapping the microbes entering our body. That is, the mucus which is present in the epithelial lining of the different types of tracts and organ systems of our body, like the gastrointestinal tracts or the urinogenital tracts or the respiratory tracts, help in trapping of the different microbes which have even entered our body. Okay, so all of this together constitutes the physical barriers of the body. Next is the physiological barriers. Under this, the different types of fluids are present in our body. For example, the acid, that is the hydrochloric acid in the stomach, which helps in destruction of the different types of microorganisms which have entered into our stomach. Okay, while uh, an important enzyme termed as lysozyme is present in the saliva present in our mouth, or the tears from our eyes, and even on in the nasal secretions, which in turn help to destroy the uh, bacterial growth by killing the bacteria by destroying their cell wall. Okay, so all in all, this type of fluids, that is the HCl present in our stomach, or the saliva in mouth, or the tears from eyes, all of them prevent the microbial growth, and they act as the physiological barriers of the innate immunity. Am I clear to all of you? The next are the cellular barriers, that is the important cells which are the parts of innate immunity, which in turn acts as the barriers against the different types of harmful pathogens entering our body. So mainly this the cells which provide cellular barriers under innate immunity, they are phagocytic cells. That is, these cells have the ability to ingest and engulf the different types of pathogens entering our body, and after that they try to destroy or kill those type of microorganisms. So certain types of leukocytes or WBCs present in our body, like the polymorphonuclear leukocytes, that is the PMNL. So what are this? These are those WBCs which have several structure or morphologies of the nucleus. Okay, so they are termed as polymorphonuclear, that is several or more different types of morphological structures of nucleus are present in those W bases, and so they are termed as the PMNL. Okay, for example, the neutrophils. So the neutrophils, then monocytes, natural killer cells, macrophages, all of these are the important types of cells or the W bases which provide barriers against cellular barriers against the innate immunity. All of these cells, like neutrophils, macrophages, natural killer cells, etc., they have the phagocytic activity and they can destroy the invading pathogens by either engulfing them or releasing different types of chemical substances and breaking down their cell wall or breaking down their integrity or the structure of the cell, okay, by destroying them and not letting them infect our body. Clear? For example, the natural killer cell is a type of cell which acts as the cellular barrier of innate immunity, which secretes some important proteins termed as perforins, with the help of which some perforations or holes are induced in the uh, cell or the cell wall of the different invading microorganisms, and by this their structure or the cellular integrity of those microorganisms are destroyed, and as a result of which they are killed. Okay, while macrophages, neutrophils, etc., they do what? They try to engulf the foreign pathogens, and then uh, they try to release different types of enzymes, hydrolytic enzymes, with the help of which they destroy and disintegrate the bodies of the microorganisms. Clear? So all of this together acts as the cellular barriers of the innate immunity. Next are the cytokine barriers. So cytokines are nothing but some important signaling molecules, especially proteins, okay, which helps to communicate in between the helps the communication between the different cells. This type of chemicals are generally released in the intercellular spaces, and with the help of these chemicals the different cells, they try to communicate with each other when any type of foreign pathogen uh, tries to invade or has invaded our body. Okay, for example, the different types of virus infected cells, that is the when some cells of our body are infected by different types of viruses, then what happens, they secrete, the virus infected cells of our body, this secretes a specialized type of proteins called interferons, which are nothing but a type of cytokine only. What is the function of interferons is that they try to protect the non-infected cells from further viral infection. So these virus infected cells will release the interferons and they will go and they will try to uh, communicate and signal the other cells which are not infected from the viral infection, and they try to protect them from the further viral infection. Okay, so this all of this are the important barriers of innate immunity, and they provide first line of defense against the different types of harmful pathogens. Let us now move to the next type of immunity, which is termed as acquired immunity. So the acquired immunity is defined as the immunity which develops in our body during lifetime by exposure to several types of foreign agents like microorganisms. Okay, so what is acquired immunity? Basically, it is that type of immunity which develops within our body while our body is exposed to the various array of the microorganisms or the foreign pathogens, and it is not present within our body from our birth. It is rather acquired during the lifetime, and so it is termed as acquired immunity. Clear? So let us see the important properties under the acquired immunity. So this type of immunity is pathogen specific. That is, this type of immunity will produce some specific type of defenses, like some specific types of cells will be produced, and these cells will in turn secrete some specialized products or proteins which will in turn be very much specific towards the different types of pathogens. That is, a particular type of pathogen will be killed or controlled by a particular type of molecule produced by the acquired immunity, and that particular molecule in turn will not act against any other type of uh, foreign pathogens. In this way, the acquired immunity is very much specific in the type of pathogens it encounters. Clear? Then it is characterized by memory. That means the cells which are produced by the adaptive immunity, these cells are able to keep memory of a particular pathogen, and if this pathogen attacks our body in the future, then what happens, those memory cells were already present in our body and they try to make the process very fast, and they identifies those type of pathogens and try to uh, neutralize them or kill them very uh, fast. Okay, so this is the importance of having memory, and acquired immunity is characterized by having memory cells. Clear? Next, it is also characterized by the production of specialized immune cells like B cells and T cells. They are also termed as B lymphocytes and T lymphocytes. So B lymphocytes are those cells which help to produce specialized proteins termed as antibodies, which in turn helps to neutralize or kill the different types of bacteria and pathogens entering our body, while T cells or T lymphocytes are those which help to kill the virus infected cells or the different types of cancerous and tumorous cells of our body. So these are very much specific in their action, and so they come under the acquired immunity. Clear? So that's all about uh, today's class. In the next class, we are going to discuss about the acquired or the adaptive immunity in details. So please stay tuned, and thank you everyone for following today's class.